Carolina killer Larry Gene Bell. Larry Gene Bell, born on October 30, 1949 in Ralph, Alabama, grew into one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. His gruesome acts of kidnapping and murder in the mid-1980s left a chilling mark on South Carolina and shocked the entire nation. Bell's calculated cruelty and psychological torment of his victims and their families drew significant media attention and led to a massive investigation that ultimately ended his reign of terror. Before moving forward, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Bell's descent into darkness began with the abduction of 17-year-old Shari Faye Smith on May 31, 1985. Shari, a vibrant and well-loved high school senior, was abducted from the driveway of her family's home in Lexington County, South Carolina. She was just days away from her graduation, and her disappearance sent shockwaves through the community. Bell's modus operandi involved not only kidnapping but also psychologically tormenting his victims' families. In Shari's case, he made a series of chilling phone calls to her family, taunting them with the details of her captivity and eventual death. Bell forced Shari to write a last will and testament, which he later mailed to her family. The document, filled with Shari's poignant and heart-wrenching words, was a cruel reminder of her tragic fate. Bell's phone calls to the Smith family were marked by a disturbing calmness and a complete lack of remorse. Over the course of several days, he detailed Shari's suffering and described her final moments. These calls were a psychological assault on the family, adding an unbearable layer of torment to their grief. Bell's calm and methodical demeanor during these calls revealed a chilling detachment from his heinous actions. Despite the family's cooperation and the involvement of law enforcement, Shari's whereabouts remained unknown until Bell provided directions to her body. On June 5, 1985, Shari's remains were found near Saluda, South Carolina. She had been suffocated and her body showed signs of physical trauma. The discovery of Shari's body confirmed the worst fears of her family and the community. Barely 2 weeks after Shari Smith's murder, Bell struck again. On June 14, 1985, he abducted 9-year-old Deborah Mae Helmick from her front yard in Richland County, South Carolina. Deborah's disappearance followed a similar pattern to Shari's, with Bell making taunting phone calls to her family. He detailed Deborah's suffering and ultimately provided directions to her body, which was found in a wooded area in Lexington County on June 22, 1985. Deborah's murder, like Shari's, was marked by extreme cruelty and psychological torment. Bell's ability to evade capture despite the heightened awareness and increased efforts of law enforcement added to the fear and anxiety gripping the community. The brutal nature of his crimes and his cold, calculating demeanor made him one of the most feared criminals in South Carolina's history. The investigation into Bell's crimes was a massive effort involving local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies. The key to cracking the case lay in Bell's phone calls, which were traced to various payphones in the area. Voice analysis experts worked tirelessly to analyze the recordings of Bell's calls, and a composite sketch based on witness descriptions was widely circulated. A breakthrough came when Bell made a critical mistake. During one of his phone calls to the Smith family, he mentioned the name of a business where he had once worked. This slip led investigators to focus on Larry Gene Bell as a prime suspect. Further investigation revealed that Bell had a history of harassment and had been previously charged with attempted kidnapping, though he had been released on bail. On June 27, 1985, Bell was arrested at his apartment in Columbia, South Carolina. The evidence against him was overwhelming. Authorities found items belonging to Shari Smith and Deborah Helmick in his possession, and voice analysis confirmed that Bell was the person making the taunting phone calls. His arrest brought a sense of relief to a community that had been living in fear. Bell's background did not indicate a history of significant trauma or abuse, which is sometimes seen in the histories of serial killers. This lack of an obvious catalyst for his violent behavior adds to the complexity of his psychological profile. If you enjoyed from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for future interesting videos. Thanks for watching.